Today, we're diving into a watch from a brand that you probably associate with the skies, not the sea. They're famous for pilot watches, but now they're taking on the deep. This is the Hanhart Aquasphere Ocean Fade. And believe me, its whole story starts with one really cool idea. This right here, this quote is basically the soul of the watch. It's not just about telling time, it's about telling a story. The whole design is built around this one moment, that feeling of descending from the bright sunlit surface down into the dark, mysterious depths. So how did a company known for airplanes pull this off? Let's get into it.
So first off, who is Hanhart? Well, if you're a watch enthusiast, especially one who loves aviation history, you know the name. They are legendary. A German watchmaker famous for their tough, reliable pilot chronographs. And that's exactly what makes this professional dive watch so interesting. It's a total, unexpected pivot.
And this slide just lays it all out perfectly. On one side, you have their legacy in the sky. Pilot chronographs with those iconic red pushers for timing things in the cockpit. But now, look at their new frontier, the sea. They've shifted to dive watches, but that little pop of red? It didn't go away. It just moved from the pusher to the 12 o'clock marker on the dive bezel. It's such a clever nod to their own history, connecting the past to the future.
Okay, so we get the backstory, the brand's journey from air to water. Now let's get up close and personal with the watch itself. We're going to zoom in on the Ocean Fade and talk about the core specs. You know, the numbers that tell you how this thing actually feels on your wrist. So the numbers here tell a really good story. A 42mm case, that's kind of the modern sweet spot for a diver. But the key numbers for me are the thickness and the lug-to-lug. At under 13mm thick and 49mm from lug to lug, this watch is designed to wear really well. It's not going to feel like you strapped a giant dinner plate to your arm, which, let's be honest, some dive watches do. It's built to be present, but also super practical. If there is one single feature that defines the Ocean Fade, it's got to be the dial. I mean, this is where the watch gets its name, its personality. It's so much more than just a color choice. It's a whole narrative printed right there on its face. This Ocean Fade concept is literally a journey. It starts at the top with this really vivid bright blue, just like the sun hitting the surface of the water. Then, as your eyes move down, it smoothly fades into darker shades, just like the light disappearing as a diver goes deeper. And it all ends at the bottom in this deep, inky black, the total darkness of the abyss. The whole story of a dive told in one glance. It's fantastic.
But here's the thing. That beautiful dial isn't just for looks. It's actually a canvas for some serious legibility. Hanhart made some very smart choices here. You've got these big, chunky rectangular markers, bold hands, and it's all painted with some really potent superluminova for glowing in the dark. That little red tip on the seconds hand, that's not just for style. It's a critical running indicator so a diver knows instantly that the watch is working. And notice what's missing. A date window. They left it out on purpose to keep the dial as clean and easy to read as possible. Function over form.
Okay, so it looks the part, no question. But can it actually perform? Let's move past the good looks and check out the features that make this thing a serious, professional-grade dive tool.
Over at the 10 o'clock position on the case, you'll find a helium escape valve. So what on earth is that? Well, it's a super pro-level feature for saturation divers. These are the guys who live and work in pressurized chambers filled with a helium-oxygen mix. Tiny helium atoms can get inside a watch, and when the diver comes back to normal pressure, that trapped helium expands and could literally pop the crystal off the watch. This valve lets that helium escape safely. Just having this on the watch is a statement. It means this tool is built for serious, deep work.
And here it is, the number that really backs up all that talk. 300 meters of water resistance. Now, to put that in perspective, your standard recreational scuba certification usually clears you for, 30 or 40 meters? So 300 meters is way, way beyond what most people will ever need. It puts this watch firmly in the true professional tool category, ready for pretty much any adventure you can throw at it.
All right, so we've covered the design, the story, and the pro features. But if you're thinking about buying one, two big questions are probably on your mind. What's the engine powering this machine, and what are my options for wearing it? Ticking away inside the Aquasphere is the Soprod P024 caliber. You can just think of this as a super reliable Swiss engine under the hood.
It's an automatic, which means it winds itself from the motion of your wrist. It's got a solid 38-hour power reserve and tough Inca block shock protection. Basically, Hanhart didn't try to reinvent the wheel here. They chose a proven, dependable workhorse movement to make sure this watch just keeps on ticking no matter what.
Hanhart also gives you a few different ways to wear the watch, and the price tag changes based on what you pick. The starting point is 1,490 euros, and that gets you a sporty hook strap. If you want a more traditional rubber dive strap, it's 1,590 euros. And for the full-on classic look with a stainless steel bracelet, which includes a dive extension, you're looking at 1,690 euros. So you can really tailor the package to your own style.
So, let's zoom back out. What does this all add up to? When you put all these pieces together, the history, the design, the pro specs, the Ocean Fade is clearly so much more than just another dive watch on the market. It really feels like a significant new chapter for the Hanhart brand.
Ultimately, this is what it is. A watch that manages to perfectly blend its rich aviation past with a bold new ambition for the ocean. And it does it all while telling a beautiful story of the deep right on its dial. Which leaves us with one final thought. One last question to chew on. By blending their old identity with this new design and all this new functionality, has this storied pilot watchmaker actually managed to conquer the sea? Thanks